Hello, I am Wes Otis. Welcome to Operation Ice Pick. I am here with three wonderful players. Unfortunately, Michelle cannot join us tonight, but we are going to soldier on. Let's meet all of these wonderful people before I jump into a huge recap. Let's start with Janine.
Hello, I'm Janine. Tonight I will be playing Charlie Lee Archer, also known as Agent Clemson, and trying to keep him alive. It has been very harrowing.
It has been. The last game you had bullets flying at you, so yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of bullets flying at you, Chrissy.
Hi, I'm Chrissy, aka Chrissy Keller, and I am playing Agent Gilmore. And yeah, also trying to keep her alive, and according to last session, wasn't rolling so hot at it.
Oh yeah, I forgot how bad the rolls were.
I forgot that you can't drive.
It was terrible.
She can drive, just not when she's being chased. And you know what? I've just realized, okay. I've made a mistake that I'll fix in a second. There we go. Candace, you were in the wrong section. There you go. All right, now you're in the right
Michelle's
section.
spot?
Yep. My fault. Speaking of which, Candace, tell us.
Hi, I'm Candace. You can find me at that Candace Girl on Twitter or at Candace Magnificent everywhere else. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing Agent Maya Nilson, whose pronouns are she, they.
So now usually we do and we'll do this as well for everybody. We do the after show stuff after the show, but Candace does these wonderful ukulele concerts. And I think that before I jump into my spiel, I would like to know when the next one of these lovely concerts are going to be. So
oh my
Candace,
goodness.
I'm going to put you on the spot. When are you going to do your next thing?
I am going to have a show on Thursday. I'm going to be playing a Hanukkah tribute show. I like to highlight all kinds of music, especially when there's a holiday in tow. So obviously this month we've got Christmas, which is yet to be booked. We have Hanukkah, which will be this Thursday night. I will have the two Hanukkah jams that I know, as well as music from my favorite Jewish artists to show some appreciation for the holiday.
Awesome. Great. So if you're watching this, make sure you watch that. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So, the recap. Last time we got together, we had Mulder and Scully, which was Nilson and Marsh, split up with Bill and Ted, which is Clem and Gilmore. They decided that the best thing to do was to split those two factions up, which was funny. While in Tasmania, Gilmore and Clem ran into some cultists. They were visiting a museum. They were trying to find out some information about a dig, about these strange metal artifacts. And they ended up in this basically shoot 'em up in the middle of the museum. They drove off. They took a wounded cultist with them, who they then took to the hospital. They threw him out of the car into a pylon and then ran into another car. It was epic. It was definitely epic. And then on the flip side of that, Marsh and Nilson were looking at this strange piece of metal with all of these markings on it. And Nilson slipped into this weird dreamlike state where these strange creatures that looked like cones and had all these, like they had a claw and a weird eye, and they kind of they were really tall, and they were trying to communicate with her, but she was with them, but she really couldn't understand what they were doing. It was all just weird. And they got Nilson away from this piece of metal, which had radiation in it or something. And it was causing their face to be very like warm and almost sunburned. So they called up Riggs, told Riggs what was going on. Riggs informed them about the fact that there was this other information that had come in about the Russians who were chasing around chasing around Klim and Gilmore. And it was decided to get the group back together at that point. So I'm going to go through all of the clues, all of the different stuff, just to kind of update everybody so we all know where we're at this point. Here's what's
Kindly of
going
you.
on. Huh?
I said, how kind of you.
No problem. So artifacts are being stolen from museums. There is a artifact that you're actually traveling to right now. It is a statue of Pazuzu that you believe this cult is going to try to rob next. Okay? All of these items either have something to do with weather, wind mainly, or portals. So the King in Yellow has something to do with Carcosa and opening a portal to Carcosa. The horn that got stolen from Hong Kong has something to do with wind and blew up an entire section of Hong Kong. These metal plates with all of the different writings have something to do with portals. So we know that you have all of these different things are going to be used for something really horrible. The person collecting all these things is, let me see. Mikhail Volkov. So, and you learned this last week. Mikhail used to be part of a Russian agency called SV8, which is Delta Green in Russia, basically. They're the counterpart in Russia. He is no longer a member. He left many years ago. And but according to Rinko, who is this other Russian agent who wants basically to become part of Delta Green, he is very much a loyalist to Putin. Now, Michelle mentioned this, and I didn't think about this, but I as a GM have failed a little bit in explaining one particular part of all this, and we'll get into that. We'll get into it later, but it'll make more sense today because I was talking with Michelle and she's all like, you need to do more clues. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I do. I have not done enough clues, so I apologize.
Maybe we need to be better at putting together the ones we do have. Two things can be true, actually.
Yes, two trees. It could be both sides. I'll take that. I'll take that as an L and a W for myself. Mm-hmm. So basically, you have all of these, and the Wendigos, which are these cannibal wind demon things, which ties into the weather theme that seems to be going with this guy. They have the ability, if they speak a spell, to be able to turn into frost and dissipate and then reform later, which is really disconcerting. And right now you're on a plane headed towards London for the British Museum to look at the Pazuzu thing. How's your jaw doing, Chrissy?
It's fine. I was trying to bite my lip and it hurt.
Okay, good. All right, good. I was like, oh no.
It's mostly whenever I bite down on something, I can still talk. We're good.
Okay. So, fun story. Over the last week, I was really sick. And every time I would cough or sneeze, I had a 50-50 chance of biting my tongue. It was terrible. So this is not a good season for being sick. If you're sick right now and you're out there, I'm really sorry because I just got over it and it sucks. All right. So let's see. So that was all of the big pieces of information. You had decided that you wanted to go look at the statue of Pazuzu and see, because you believe that there are some inscriptions on it. Was there anything else you can think of that I've missed?
I think that's it. I think
my memory's about as good as my character, so
I mean,
Nope.
that's as far as I have in my notes, basically. So,
Same.
British
cool.
Museum is the last thing that's in there.
So, one last thing. Last week, Dork Lord Canada gave us a tip, and I did not get a chance to read the note they sent with it because I don't actually see the notes until after the show because I'm a terrible streamer.
Oh,
And it
no.
asked if you all could get the nice thing that was part of the last show, which was bonus sanity points. So, 'tis the holiday season. Doesn't matter what you, which one you go for. And I'm going to say that, you know what? Sure. For the holiday season, all of you can have that bonus 20 experience
Huzzah!
points from Dork Lord Canada.
Thank you.
For Resolve?
Last week. For Resolve, yeah. So you just keep it and then, use that first if you start losing points, and then you go into your regular amounts.
I am cool, calm, and collected.
Awesome. We do have we are trying to get to our 2-month goal of $500 in tips. So if you want a tip, we would really appreciate it. We use our money to pay our cast, who are wonderful and deserve every penny of it. So if you like what we do, definitely tip tonight. If we hit $50, we will do a bonus of something for the game. So there you go.
It costs a lot of money to look this cheap.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon hats are not fucking easy to get anymore. Yeah.
It's that retro vintage shit.
Thank you, Bowman. Bowman just gave us a tip. Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bowman.
So does that mean we get 2 cards of opportunity tonight? That sounds like a plan to me.
Well, you already got one from last week. What we're going to do is, who should I put this on?
Let me roll it. I've had enough bad luck.
Okay, I was going to make Chrissy, but I'm going to, if you want to roll it, you roll it.
As my light almost falls
I
off.
would have had to get up and look for a D6 anyway. I only broke out my D10s and my D4.
Come on. These ones.
That's cool.
4.
Nice. Okay. 1 second.
Please be good. Please be good.
Please be good.
Oh,
no.
man. What do you mean? What do you mean, oh, man?
If it's bad for him, it's good for us.
But I don't know if that's a bad for... he probably would have left if it was bad for us.
You can choose one die roll to redo. Or wait, no, I'm sorry, I misread it.
1 die roll each is what you misread.
You can choose 1 die roll each that is an automatic success. But only 1 die roll.
Do we choose it before or after?
After. So if you fail something that's really important and you want to make it a success, you can make it a success, but you only get to use it once, and it's only during this game. See, Michelle, if she was here, she'd be like, well, I didn't use mine. Can I use it next week? Because I know my wife of 20, almost 4 years. And
Drag her.
yeah, she does that. Oh, she's not here, and she won't watch the backup of this, so I can be a total dick, and then later she'll be like, oh my God. It's so funny. Like, we have friends who's like, you guys talk to each other so terribly. I'm like, we love each other.
It's all the love.
We've been
That's how love
Bullying is
comes
a
out.
part of love.
Yeah.
When it's mutual.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
that sounds bad.
Yeah. It's
Anyway.
so funny. Anyway,
The plane.
so you guys are on the plane. And thank you everybody for donating. We appreciate it. So you're on the plane, and the trip from Australia to London, I'm going to guess, is probably just as bad as the trip from Australia to America. Probably pretty similar, maybe a little shorter. So you're flying, and Candace, you Nilson's been avoiding sleep, I'd imagine.
Well, every time I close my eyes, I just see the picture,
Yeah.
and I have promised not to bring it up and not to look at it. So I am being a professional, and I am drinking a lot of 5-hour energy, and I've got some no-dos when that starts to fail on me.
All right.
Mhm.
So I want you to make a con check.
How long before your heart gives out?
I'm very healthy. I run all
So-
the time.
Holy
So-
shit, somehow it's 22 hours. So the exact same amount of time.
Holy cow.
Why
I
would
got
they make that they were like, send them as far away
a
as possible.
4.
You got a 4?
Yes, I did.
So you're like, hey,
I'm
It-
great.
anyone want to play video games? We've got 22 hours. Everything's fine.
Mhm.
All right.
Agent Gilmore, I'm being super nice to you. Like, I'm like, you know what? I understand, why you do the things you do because it's fun.
Uh-huh.
And, work isn't everything. So,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
it's important to be a professional, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of things in life, sometimes there are things that could potentially be more important than your job. Maybe.
I really feel like I should be concerned for your well-being right now, but I'm also not gonna look a gift gamer in the mouth. So like, want to play some Halo?
Please, let's do it. I'm really bad at it, but that's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, where else do you get to play a game where some 12-year-old can call you a dickhead or something or whatever?
Of course.
Know?
What's
Of
good
course.
is that I'm a foreign service intelligence officer, so I could probably find them.
So when I
Doxing all
got
the kids.
when I got the Xbox 360 and started playing
Call of
the
Duty.
Call of Duty, I was playing, and Michelle worked at this high school, and we had little kids, and I'm playing, so I didn't have any teenagers coming over at that point, but I kept hearing, "Hey, I got you, Mr. Otis," shot in the head. And I found out Michelle told her students what my gamer tag was. So they came online, they'd find me, and then they'd do headshots.
Just to knock you down a peg,
I was
Wes.
all like, great, thanks,
That's
honey.
true love.
That is true love. It's just fucking
What's a
awesome.
great teacher?
Yeah.
Bang.
So, why they're playing Halo, Clem? What are you doing? What do you think Clem would be doing? You've sent. I'm going to say that you sent your kangaroo pelts and Switch off to your daughter.
Well, I would have the kangaroo pelt with me because you can't actually put them in the mail.
Oh,
Pro tip.
What?
that's why.
Why?
That's why I don't. That's why I don't know because I haven't bought any. So yeah.
Clem is attempting to after the incident with the 2 men at the museum, it's probably attempting to square up some last minute details with his last will and testament, potentially.
So you're on like lawyerwhatever.com
So,
filling out something.
He's got a lawyer for this. So probably it's just shooting off a few emails and confirming that these funds can be passed on if he passes, or also trying to confirm that his daughter will get the money if he ends up in prison instead of it being tied up in the legal system. Because, he killed 2 men.
He killed 50 men.
That one was for you, Candace.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that you can probably talk with Riggs as well and make sure that the bureaucracy. I would imagine that Delta Green has a pretty good taking care of the families after package that they do. They're graveside assistance kind of thing. So I'm sure they'll be able to do all that. And you're online and suddenly you notice a little message icon in the corner of your screen.
I open it. Or what does it look like it's from? Like, is it an email or like an IM?
It's an email. And
I guess I open it. Does it say it's from?
it's in Russian.
Ooh.
I automatically Uh, hey, Nilson, professionalism. I need that.
Yes. How can I help you?
I appear to have received an email that I would prefer not to open, and B, it's in. Well, actually, hold on. No, Clemson would know better than to just fucking open an email. Let me. Yeah. But I don't read Russian. What's this subject line say?
Yeah, I would take a look at it. Probably still playing Halo. But look at it, glance at it, and I do speak Russian. Do I have to roll?
No.
Okay.
It says Volkov dossier.
So I let them know quietly, and I kind of like shoot over my shoulder, like still eyes on the screen at Clemson. Yeah, if you need somebody to figure out your virus situation, Gilmore is fucking awesome at computers.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just pay me a compliment?
Credit where credit is due. You're a professional, so it's good.
Clemson just kind of looks, but are y'all? And I kind of whisper, lean down to Gilmore. Did you give her something?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, pause and take a look at this. And
Nilson, have you been in my bag? You didn't eat any of the gummies, did you?
I mean, I took some caffeinated espresso beans, but that's about it.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Okay, yeah, your computer. All right, yes.
Just a virus scan or something on this email. I obviously am wary of opening.
All right, I'll take a look and make sure it's safe to open.
Let's do a computer roll about it.
Cool.
Let's
I'm good
see.
at those.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, I am.
And just so you know, Marsh is in a chair, leaned back completely. And this is not, you are all on a private plane. That's why I say you're playing video games, because you're on a private plane.
Oh, perfect. So you don't have to worry about being quiet.
No, you don't.
Awesome.
Because this is a very important matter, so they just booked you on a private plane. You'll probably have to stop over in a couple of U.S. air bases because it's a long flight, so you're probably gonna have to do one stop. But yeah, go ahead, Chrissy.
11.
Awesome! Wow, that's a critical success. You find out that the sender is Rinko. And the dossier is everything that he could find on Volkov. And it's in Russian because he didn't have time to translate it for you.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Clem?
Yeah, what do you got for me?
Some good information. We might actually need to have Nilson snap out of their caffeinated state for a second.
It just means I'm focused. What do you need?
Okay. Here.
All right.
Check this out.
I finally push pause at the opportunity to do some paperwork.
Awesome. So you're looking through the paperwork and basically what it says is Volkov left SV8 about 5 or 6 years ago. He was a dedicated agent, but his ability to cast or to do hypergeometry, which is basically what they call math, spells and stuff, was such that he ended up frying his brain. He basically lost all of his ability to interact with reality. And so he was honorably discharged, but discharged all the same. But he is a fanatic Putin supporter. He believes in the cause of not necessarily Russia, but Putin's Russia. And
so he's a dirtbag.
Pretty much, yeah. He's a wannabe oligarch. It's kind of like when people here go, I don't want to like tax the rich because one day I might be rich.
Ugh, get out of here.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
You're gonna be poor forever. Damn, that's crazy.
So, but what Rinko tells you is that the war in Ukraine is not going well, and he believes that Volkov is trying to disrupt the U.S. and their ability to send arms and money to Ukraine. Now, whether or not this is sanctioned or not, he doesn't know. It doesn't look like it is, but it makes sense. Okay? So that means that whatever these items are for, they're meant as kind of a supernatural nuclear weapon. So stopping him from getting the final piece, which is the statue of Pazuzu, is really important. And then at the end it says, P.S. I think I've done enough to get into Delta Green. Please, please, please help me out. Peace.
Do you relay all that to us?
Yeah.
Do you
I imagine I
think-
probably just read it aloud.
Do you think if I threatened to quit, that would be enough to get Riggs to bring Rico on board? I think that would be enough, right? Riggs would care if I no longer help the team. I am such a competent agent and such an upstanding and helpful member of the team. Yeah, you're right. Maybe you should threaten it.
Nilson does not realize that they have taken far too long to say anything. Like, in their mind, they're like, you know, when you're really tired, but you're full of caffeine, like you're moving fast on the outside, but your brain is also very slow on the inside. So, like, they're just sort of standing there, like not blinking at you while they're thinking about the
You literally
conversation.
see their eyes drying out in front of you.
Well, like, they're thinking about the conversation that they like overheard March having on the phone about like the extraction point. You let them go by themselves. And it's just like, yes, but also I wouldn't mind taking one for the team, because as a professional, that's what I should do. So I am gonna call right now is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right.
Here I go. I'm gonna call. And I call Riggs.
Hello?
Hi. So we got a dossier, and it's important, and I kind of give him the rundown of what's in it. And it's from Rinko, and he has said that he believes he has done enough to prove himself to be in Delta Green. And I would like to say, I really, really value my reputation, but also, depending on how this situation goes with me, you might need an additional agent. So you might want to consider his offer, or I quit.
Wow.
There's a long, long pause. Are you okay?
Well, I am being an agent, as is my job, and I'm good. I've taken some medicine to keep my focus, keep my edge, my professional edge that I have.
So you're
my
high
edge.
right now.
No, high. Are you high, sir, when you drink a cup of coffee in the morning?
How many cups of coffee have you had?
The package says every bottle is the equivalent of approximately 2 cups of coffee. That's only 7 cups of coffee. And then I had 2 cups of coffee this morning. But like, other than that, like, I'm good.
More silence.
The team is in safe hands. Really, ask him. Team, tell him you're in safe hands. Huh?
We're in fantastic hands. They've honestly never been nicer to me.
Yeah. See?
I think
So,
I don't know.
He's perplexed by all of this. He goes, so let me do a rundown real quick. The team that you've just told me all this information now, that is, you are going to help stop this cult leader from opening up some kind of horrible thing to happen on American soil. I book a private jet for you. You're hopped up on caffeine, and you're calling me threatening to quit because of Rinko, without even just telling me, hey, Rinko did this really cool thing. do you think that's enough? You just jump to, I'm going to resign if you don't do what I want. And not only do you say it that way, but you say so many unnecessary words between the first word you said to the I'm going to quit that I wasn't even sure what ride I was on anymore.
Sir, if I may, this is what we call an occupational hazard. And, sometimes the job gets the best of us.
I do think
And
they stared at that painting a little long.
You know what? It was really quite an attractive piece of
No. Hey.
Yes. No, I'm fine. Listen, said,
there was hay in the picture.
You're correct, sir. I should have better judgment for a professional. When we get to where we're going,
you need better treatment.
Clemson. I will, when we get to where we're going, take a nap. I will. As long as someone watches me.
Okay, look. You all are under an immense amount of pressure, and I understand that. I do think that Rinko has shown his worth to us. None of you need to quit. Well, you do need to quit. You need to quit the caffeine, the Mary Jane,
yes,
the alcohol. I can tell that you're flipping me off over the phone. I can feel the birds flying towards me, Gilmore. But I need a crack team of agents, not Starsky and Hutch, okay? So pull it together. This isn't 1972. We're not going to do cocaine and caffeine through this whole mission, all right?
Sir, I don't have cocaine. I wouldn't even know where to begin to look.
Oh, I could help you with that. Besides, if we don't have those things, how do you expect us to get anything done?
Yeah, well, anyway, this has been a very long conversation that I'm going to now go and try to forget.
Just don't forget the part about, helping Rinko out.
Of course not, Clemson. I'm going to help Rinko out. You guys will be fine. Just get to London, deal with Pazuzu, try not to die, and try not to get civilians killed, and everything will be okay.
Thanks, Dad. Detective, sir, thank you. Thank you.
You just hear click.
Did you just call him Dad?
No.
Well, at least you didn't call him Daddy.
You have so many issues that you need to go to therapy for.
Everything is fine. I don't know what you...
Getting you to psych as soon as we get back on,
it's
old American
good.
soil.
It's good. It's fine. It's good. I'm having the time of my life, honestly. It's great. Wait, so I want to say something, but it might be crazy.
Well, you don't say.
Listen, so you know how those people turned into ice?
Yes.
So I looked at that special that tablet, and I felt like sunburn was on my face. Do you think I could turn into I don't know, like a human torch or something?
I don't think
I think you should try.
Is in our future for you. Two opposing opinions. I think now is a good time for you to lay down. We've still got at least 10 hours before we land. Can I get you some warm milk or something? I got charcoal.
You want me to nap?
Are
you sure?
Down. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we can watch you right now. We're not going anywhere. You won't have time to nap once we get there.
Just imagine.
Okay, yeah. That would be really good. Do me a favor. Please don't, whatever I do, don't let me have my bag. If I need something in it, ask me what I need and give me the thing. Unless it's my notebook, in which case I am not allowed to have that.
All right.
Cool. All right. I have melatonin gummies. I'm going to take half the jar. And
let me check that. And I just
make sure it's the right gummies.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fun. They didn't get it from my bag.
Steppenwolf starts playing in the background. It's magic carpet ride as you fly into the sunset.
Mhm.
So you relax, and we've all been there. We've had way too much caffeine, and suddenly the crash comes, and you knock out. Why Nielsen is in Dreamland, Agent Gilmore and Clemson? What are you two? Are you two going to try to sleep as well? Because you got a lot of hours ahead of you.
Nah, I'll keep an eye on Nilson for now. Clem can sleep for a while if they want. It can be like taking turns for watches.
Yeah,
Okay.
wake me up in about 6 hours.
Okay.
Got it.
So, the way that we're going to do this is I'm going to tell Gilmore what happens, and then we're going to flip back over to Nielsen and Clemson. Nielsen and Clemson.
Good.
Dun. So Gilmore, you're sitting there. What would you be doing? Would you just be staring at them, or playing the video game, or whatever?
I would be alternating between watching them, but also I've got my computer out. I'm on a bunch of forums arguing with people, not over conspiracy theories, just in general, and playing a few rounds of games like Dead by Daylight.
Okay,
And
so
yeah.
give me a power roll. And what this is this is your ability to not get completely drug into your online world and video games and lose track of what's going on with the two sleeping people.
That's a 10.
Okay, so you're fine. You keep checking in on them. So you're playing the game and you suddenly hear this crunching sound. It's like you hear this distinct sound of bone breaking.
I'm gonna look over at Nilson when that happens.
You notice that both of them have holes about the size of a pencil eraser on the side of their temple that have broken through their skull.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
And they're still completely asleep.
Is it? Does it look like bullet wounds?
No, it looks like small, almost like a drill went into the sides of their heads.
Both of them.
Both of them, yes.
I'm gonna run over to, I guess, Nilson first and try to wake them up.
So you're shaking them, and they're not really responding. You open their eyelids, and their eyes are rolled back up into their skulls, and their breathing is normal, but they're not responding to you.
Shit. I'm gonna grab Nilson's phone. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna send it to Briggs with help.
Okay. Riggs replies, I'll tell the plane to land as quickly as possible to get them to a hospital. I don't know what's going on with that. I've never seen that before.
God, this is not helpful. Okay, going into Nilson's bag and pulling out their notebook.
All right. So you pull out the notebook, and there are all of these pictures of this writing on these metal things. And you start to feel a bit woozy when you look at them.
Mm-mm. Okay, I don't think that's going to answer my question.
Do you, let's do a resolve check real quick. So roll against
Okay.
your resolve. Remember, you got that bonus 20.
And that's over my max, right?
Yes.
Okay. Woohoo, I'm glad. That was a 63 under 66.
Okay. All right. So, you don't lose any points. But you put away the bag real quick. So let's switch over real quick to Nilson and Clemson. The two of you wake up in this strange garden. There's a fountain in the center of this like atrium kind of thing with all these weird birds. They almost look like earth birds, but they're all just a little bit off. Strange colors, weird beaks, and there is a form, a a man standing at the other end of the garden, and it starts to shamble towards you.
Nilson, are you seeing this shit too?
Yeah, what the fuck is that, man?
I don't know, but I think it's coming to get us. Hey, stop right there.
It stops almost in the light. And it says what sounds to be like almost like the sound of what flies or mosquitoes would sound like if they were all talking at once, like a buzzing sound. And they say, "We just wish to speak with you."
Well, you can speak from over there.
Yes, what Clemson said.
And I reach for my weapon, even though
it's not there.
I do a defensive stance. I have hand-to-hand.
Hot.
It takes a step into the light. It's almost human. It looks like it's trying to be human. Its mouth is almost diagonal across its face. It has no lips. Instead of a nose, it's just one black hole. Its eyes are not placed correctly. Its skin looks waxy, almost like lard piled high, like just fat, glossy kind of look to it. And but it definitely looks like something that really is trying hard to mimic humans.
you got some of the wrong.
You notice that parts of its skin are kind of dripping off of it.
You're kind of.
What happened to you?
I felt this form would be the easiest one for you to understand.
And what do you need from us?
You need something from us, obviously. You came to us first.
Who are y'all?
You read our tablets and traveled to us.
I didn't read any. Nilson, what did you?
I don't know. I didn't do anything. I think maybe because you fell asleep at the same time as me. I guess. I don't know. Are you asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Where are we? What are you?
You're in my lab. Again.
Yeah, so there's people turning into ice. Do you do that? Is that what you do here? You do like what is it, biochemical engineering, I guess?
No.
I don't think it's as
We do
humane as
experiments.
that. Yeah.
Well, I met some guys that turn into frost, and then they can reappear and be whole again.
May I come closer?
Not without telling us what the experiments you like to perform are.
We create sentient beings and see how they develop.
Don't like that. Have you ever figured what sentience does to a person, a thing? It's not great.
We know. We've been
Wait.
watching you for a long time.
Oh no.
You mean
Marsh is never gonna shut up about this. All right, I guess. And Nilson kind of like swallows hard and takes a step toward the guy.
It walks over to you, shambles, I should say, and it puts its hand on your shoulder, and you can feel it kind of almost like it's taking your temperature somehow. And it says, you say ice. Are you talking about Wendigos?
I think so, yeah. There's some that are real windy, too.
And you can feel it in your brain. It says, I see. You've been through a lot. 387.
Does it make sense when he says it? When he says the numbers?
It means that you not really know.
Okay, all right.
sorry, what's that?
It's your species experiment number. Your 387's humanity.
You want that one and me even to believe that you created us
You can believe whatever you want.
as an experiment. Well, I guess there goes our theories about God, huh?
All species go through a God complex at some point.
Nilson is like silent. Nilson's like taking it all in. She's looking at all the birds and stuff and like seeing birds that look kind of like these earth birds that she knows, and like they've studied at school, and like is recognizing that like they're imprints and
Can
maybe we're
you
different
give me,
versions.
both of you give me resolve checks?
Gosh,
Good time to have that extra 20 points, though.
this is so juicy. 31 under
Okay.
60.
I'm going to say that you still take 5 points from this. 'cause
90?
It's a biggie thing.
Okay.
Oh, was that a fail?
That's a fail.
Oh, I'm going to have to roll for that one.
Wait, is it over base or is it over
What's it over
our max?
with the max, with the 20? What do you have with the 20?
That matches. Okay,
It
wait.
matches.
Just
Okay, so you're lucky. You still take 5 points. So
Okay.
take off that 5 points, but you got lucky. Thank you, Dork
How
Lord
excited Wes just got.
Canada. I know. I
How
was about to.
excited.
I
Wes
was
was like,
about to melt your
"Woo!"
brain. Oh.
First death.
Oh, and remember, you guys can use an auto success as well
That's
during
right.
this. So don't
That's right.
forget that.
Oh, I never. Okay, so I believe it was last game that you gave me temporary resolve points. Do
Yes.
those roll over,
I think we had
No,
7.
You didn't
Or
have
10.
temporary. Last time we played,
or
you
was it the
all-
time before then? So no.
Yeah. No, don't worry about any of that. This is all new.
52. God damn it.
Okay. So you it looks at you and goes, "Why did you come back?"
That
I didn't know I was coming back. I just we're on a case, and I looked at the tablets, and the tablets led me here. Some weird stuff started happening to me when I looked at them.
I can give you the answers you seek, but you have to trust us. I don't think we've given you any reason not to trust us. We've been honest with you.
I mean, do you know that there's people out there that are trying to abuse the gifts that you've given us?
That is part of the life cycle, unfortunately.
sorry, gifts. What gifts?
Like
Are you?
you can see Nilson's face like starting to make connections. Like they're a foreign service officer, so they're exposed to like lots of different theories of the world and things like that.
Right.
Are you seriously considering these things?
I mean, listen, if you look at ancient civilizations, which, professional, you know that this isn't entirely outside of what could be reality. It's like a more kind of esoteric version of what Marsh has kind of gone on about. I don't mean to leave you hanging, Clemson, but I kind of believe this. Yeah. I mean, we saw a man turn into ice and then turn human again.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with God?
And I just kind of like look back at the creature like,
What is God to you?
I mean, sure as hell not a scientist one scientist of many.
Okay.
I'm sorry, please. With your skeptic mind, continue to assess what information we can be given. Go ahead. And Clemson kind of just goes and turns around and like sits down. I might have passed that resolve check, but I don't think that I passed that resolve check.
And that's completely valid. I actually enjoy when players are like, you know what, this is fucking too much, and they role play it. That's completely valid. Even if they make their check, you can still be like, holy shit. All right, so we're gonna switch over to Gilmore. Gilmore,
Okay.
the plane is landing at a nearby airbase. You don't know where the fuck you are or what's going on, and Marsh woke up right before all of this happened and has been in the back taking a shower or something, and you are landing, and you notice that both of them, they feel their heartbeats are still going, but they feel very cold. And my question to you is, do you want to try to force them awake? And what are you willing to do that? Because you've tried to wake them up, it hasn't worked. Are you going to try like smelling salts? Are you going to try pain? What are you going to do? Cold water?
I don't want to hurt them. And if they're already feeling cold, I'm not going to pour cold water on them. if they're smelling salts around, I'll grab those. I think the closest to pain I would do is like I'll smack Clem across the face. I'm sure they're used to that sensation. So like I probably won't be the first and I probably won't be the last to do that.
Clem. All right. So why don't you both give me a con check, Nilson and Clemson?
Auto success.
You're going to auto success that one?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
28 under 50.
All right. So both of you suddenly wake up, and I'm going to tell you what you see right before you wake up. Through the process of getting woken up, the garden gets ripped away from reality. You are both in chairs with your head strapped to stay still, and there is a long silver tube going into the side of your head. And the creatures that are talking to you are on the other side, and they're using some kind of machine to pipe their language into your brains, because there's no other way for them to communicate with you. So that whole thing was a construct that they built inside of your brain by pushing these tubes into your head. And that's what you see.
What do the creatures do? I feel like the creatures that I'm looking at are the embodiment kind of what I was talking to?
No,
Like I was kind of like I was in the Matrix.
They're very tall, cone-shaped creatures with
the little springs.
With the little spring things
Yeah.
on their... They're very odd-looking. And why don't both of you make a power roll for me? Just roll against your power.
It's a 14 under
All right.
70.
That's a 2.
Wow. You've been rolling really well.
I mean, I could have used that.
I'm going to
for
have to
that
send
fucking
over some
90.
dice. Here's
These
some
were
way.
gifted.
All the dice say 10 on them. Wes's patented player dice.
Listen, I've had enough bad luck today.
No, Janine.
Yeah. 'Tis the season for jerks. So I'm going to say that you both have gotten some unnatural knowledge. So that's the skill. Now, the more unnatural knowledge you get, the less resolve you have. It lowers your resolve. Okay? All right. So you both get 7 points of unnatural resolve points, skill points.
Do we remove the equivalent from our resolve?
Yes. So it
Our
lowers it
maximum
down.
resolve?
Yep.
Okay, but not
Every ti-
current.
Not current. Every
Oh,
time
no.
you lose natural, it lowers your maximum.
You
so
mean
you
you
can't
gain?
go beyond that after you get natural.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not fun. So
This is not
Gilmore,
ideal.
they've woken up, and they're feeling their heads, and they can feel the hole. They can literally put their pinky in their skull.
What the fuck? Are you okay?
Did you see that last part too? I completely ignored Gilmore and am
With
like
the things?
grabbing. Yeah, I grab you by the shoulder. I'm like,
Yeah, with the things. Yeah, I fucking saw that. And it sucks because I don't know if that's the first time I've seen that.
I like reach my hand up to the side of your head. There's a little hole in the side of your head.
There's a little
What?
hole in the side of your fucking head.
What happened? You literally did not move. You just holes in your head. I admittedly was playing video games, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I think I saw the shit that's been plaguing Nilson.
I gotta tell you, it feels really great that I'm not just, fucking crazy. 'Cause for a minute there. Woo!
Don't think you're not. I think I'm just there with you.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't see the exact same thing I saw. You're seeing it because it's there. It's fucked up, right? They're like weird I don't know, jelly worms or something. I don't know. It's
I-
fucking weird.
Immediately, like, kind of reach over to wherever you're sitting in the space near me and just start rifling through your shit for like caffeine pills.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I like just take a big sleeve of them out of the inside breast pocket of my jacket, like a whole like, I'm like here.
I want
This
to
is what
finish
you
this
need.
mission and get.
Mhm.
Nielsen, all you can
Today.
feel is on your arm. You feel where it touched your arm and where it like somehow it was able to read your thoughts by just touching your arm and knew what the mission is that you were on.
Yeah, I start to feel like. Do I feel like the ghost, like the ghostly touch still, where it's still like kind of
Yeah.
squishy and
You
gloopy?
feel like it's still holding on to you.
I'm like looking around. I reach up and I feel the hole in my head. Does it hurt?
Yeah, it hurts, but it's not bleeding or anything. And if you look inside of each other's little hole, you can, if you flash a light down in there, you can literally see like the jagged edge of where the skull was and brain matter, but no
We need-
blood.
Get it. I mean, fuck. And they didn't answer any questions.
No, they didn't. But we also weren't there very long.
I'm sorry. You
can't
had a
go
hole in your head. I wanted to
no,
wake you up.
I would have done the same thing, so I can't even be upset with you right now. But also, we are dealing with something that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, might be above any pay grade that exists.
Where the fuck even are we right now?
I don't know. And you just see them like pick up another cup of coffee. Like,
No clue.
We'll say that you all, and we'll say that you're probably at a military base, probably somewhere near India, would make the most sense, towards the halfway point. And the doctors take a look at you. They patch you up. Riggs calls you and wants to talk to Gilmore.
yes, sir. And hands the phone to Gilmore. You can see like I'm super dehydrated, so I'm not crying, but it looks like I should be. As I hand you the phone.
Hello.
Gilmore, are you can't believe I'm saying this. I need you to keep the mission together. I don't have anybody else that I can send. You got to try to keep them on task. I need you to lead.
I'm sorry. That word doesn't. That's not my vocabulary. Can you translate?
You need to be in charge or the responsible one.
I'm so no. That just they have holes in their head, and I don't know how to deal with that. Like, well, I mean, we all do, but they have more than they're supposed to, and it's a little freaky. And they're seeing shit, and I don't, man, I don't know.
Look, if you make it through this and you can keep them together, I will give you a bonus. But you're the only one so far that hasn't had any major issues with the supernatural. And your skeptic is no longer a skeptic. I mean...
Well, honestly, how they did this job being a skeptic, it has always been beyond me. But I'm just saying.
I know, I don't understand that either. We get them all the time. It's just like, what are you doing? Supernatural stuff's all over the place, yet you're a skeptic.
I'm gonna be real with you. This is real heavy, and I feel like it's a really bad idea, and I don't think it's gonna work out. But I will do my best, because at this point, that I think if for no other reason, self-preservation, I gotta do my best.
That's the greatest motivator in the world, because right now it's all you got. And like I said, I'll give you a huge bonus if you can just get through this. All right, just keep them on track. Don't let them sleep much.
Okay.
Keep them away from whatever those metal things are. You need to get rid of her notebook. Nilson's notebook has got to go, because it's going to become too much for her.
Should I burn it?
I don't know if you need to burn it, but you need to just throw it out a window or something, or just, I mean, you're at an Air Force base. Just see if you can swipe it and throw it in a trash can, and then just go. And when she says what happened to it, just shrug and
But
pretend
if I
like
throw
you
it in a
know.
trash can, somebody else could find it and look at it.
True, true.
I'm gonna burn it. Okay, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay,
Bye, bye.
click. All right.
Gilmore's solution to everything. Just burn it. I mean, blaze it.
When you look over, Nilson is like just like sitting, like maybe 6 feet away from you, like on the other side of the plane from you, watching intently, trying to like read your lips, just like unblinkingly staring at you. So he calls you now.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. I don't think I want to tell Nilson that I'm in charge because I feel like that will, in fact, lead them to even more of a breakdown. So I'm not going to say that.
Instant sanity loss and instant resolve loss.
So I'm just going to be like, yeah. I had to call. I texted him whenever you all were asleep, freaking out, and he was just reassuring me and telling me that you're such a great agent. He doesn't think that this is going to affect that at all. And just helping me feel better. And yeah.
He knows I'm a professional.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I might have made a mistake while you were asleep, though. I thought maybe there was something in your notebook that would tell me how to wake you up or what was happening, and so I opened it and like I saw some of the pictures, but I put them away real quick because they made me feel real weird. Is that what happened to you? You said they made you feel real weird?
So yeah, I sat down and I started looking, and they looked really nice at first, kind of like nothing to brag about, and then they became like really beautiful, and then like I looked deeper and I saw like more, and my face started to feel really, really warm, and then for a while I just kind of wasn't there. Did you go somewhere?
No. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would have. I
Yeah,
shut the book real quick and put it down.
You don't need this in your life.
But maybe we should like put them somewhere safe so that nobody else looks at them as part of our team, and you don't accidentally look at them like while we're rifling through your bags. We got to get this done.
I mean, I feel like I could still look at them because I've seen them, and someone has to study them.
Your brain's
So-
going to start melting out the front of your nose.
Or out the side of her hole.
Do they though? Can we? I feel like you studied it.
Okay. Yeah. Marsh did say that.
This feels
So-
like a persuade roll or a psychology roll.
Oh,
Can I
I'm not
add 20 to that?
persuasive.
Because I'm also going to try and reason. Also, at this point, we already know what we need to do. And it doesn't have anything to do with those things or that.
I just, maybe we could get back there. We could get back there and talk to them and get
Whoa.
answers to our questions, because like they seem to know a lot.
They
And-
didn't tell us anything, and then they put holes in our heads to tell us nothing.
But they said that's the only way we can talk to them, which,
Well-
we didn't have tinfoil hats. So like, I think with that, you'd have a protective, barrier against things. Like these.
I'm not going to put on a tinfoil hat. I'm already in a custody battle. I do not need to look like I am any more unstable. We are going to get, and I like kind of like put your cheeks between my hands. Nilson.
Yes.
Hey, don't cry. Listen, we're going to get through this, and we're going to get ourselves some help. Because this is not something that we need to chase after. Remember, we are here to do our job that is outside of our job range. This, saving America as a whole, I suppose, is our goal. We have one task ahead of us towards that goal, and that is what we're doing. No chasing squiggly-eyed fucking triangle bullshits that claim to be whatever. They don't have the answers that we need. You and I are going to find the answer. And Gilmore, and I put my arm around Gilmore, we are going to find the answers that we need.
They're trying to steal your book from you.
I can
They're
tell.
going to take everything. You won't have the information you need.
I need to talk to them. Yeah. You're right. I was being impulsive.
Let's get rid of this book.
Hmm.
Yes.
It's causing you all a lot of. I mean, you have holes in your. I don't have a hole in my head. I mean, aside from the ones that are supposed to be there.
But also I'm fine. So
They don't believe you can do it by yourself.
all right, fine. I agree we need to do the right thing. Can I just go to the bathroom?
Yeah, why don't you go to the bathroom and you can hand over your bag to us and we'll hide the book while you're in the bathroom. That way you won't be tempted either.
I can't know where it's at either.
They
Yeah,
think you're stupid.
I just, I just need my bag because like feminine hygiene. So I need to take my bag with me. I won't be in there long. You can time me.
What if we
I immediately start rifling through your bag. Did you need to borrow something? I know the little something.
I mean, it's my stuff. I don't need to borrow my own stuff.
You don't have any feminine hygiene products in here, at least as far as I can tell.
Makeup is a feminine product as well sometimes for some individuals and identities. So,
and I just reach in and take out the notebook and hand it to Gilmore. So here's your bag.
They're stealing from you.
And I'm like doing everything I can to not look at this notebook. Like I'm doing everything I can to be as normal as possible.
Make a resolve check for me, and I'm going to say you're at a -20.
Oh, okay. That's very close. Wait, am I at a -20 to my current or my maximum?
Your current.
Okay. So I got a 49.
Uh-huh.
The current is 55 plus 15, which is 17.
So you're fine.
So I'm fine.
That
I go
nagging
to the
voice in
bathroom.
the back of your head is still there, though.
I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I go into the handicap stall.
Mm-hmm.
And I close my eyes. I take out a marker from my bag. And I just try to illustrate as much as I remember.
Okay.
Because I want to look at it.
Oh,
of the tablet.
Of the tablet.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. All right, Candace.
My brother in Christ.
I just want to know what it says. It might have secrets.
Exactly.
I'm like remembering all of these, like all the times that I was online from the time that I was like 10 years old until this very moment in my life. And all of the times that I've debunked all these like ridiculous and ludicrous theories and how like I've seen little illustrations that look awfully similar to these creatures online that people are talking about, being like the ultimate creators. And like, I'm going through all of this like knowledge that I completely accidentally acquired just by being a little shit on the internet.
So I think let's use a forensics roll. That sounds fun.
That's a 3.
Wow. All right. So you close your eyes and you let your hand do the movements. And there's a moment where it feels like that hand that had clasped your arm starts to push your hand in the way that it should write. So you feel like you're being guided by the force that touched your arm. And a few moments go by as you're writing quickly on the stall. And you feel a sudden rush when you open your eyes. And in front of you is a whole wall of information. And then the symbols and letters start to move around in front of you. And they start to lay out a blueprint of DNA and migration patterns and all of this different information that starts to unlock. And you feel your head start to have this buildup of just overwhelming information. And I think this, though a short game, is a really good place for us to stop. I don't want to go any further because of Michelle not being here, and I'd really like for her to be here for the next part of this. Plus, I'm evil. So there's that too.
So just
rude.
to clarify, we are stopped at this Air Force base?
We are stopped at an Air Force base. She has snuck into a thing with a Sharpie. She has been able to forensically figure out how to write. And because we're ending early, I will say this. I will let you take whatever points you still have and your undone roll. If you haven't done your automatic success, I'll let you take that over to the next game. So I'm not being completely evil. And again, thank you to everybody who gave us tip money today. We appreciate it, and follows, and said hi in chat for the first time. That's awesome too. We appreciate all of that. We are missing a player tonight, and I really think, honestly, that it makes sense to end here so that she can be a part of the next game. Our next game won't be until January 3rd, which is a Tuesday. We're going to be on Tuesdays in 2003. We're going to start on the 3rd. We're taking next week off because it's the Christmas holiday, whatever week, and everybody is, dealing with holiday stuff. So yeah, we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I know I have. Let's find out where all of these wonderful people are. Let's start with Chrissy.
Hi, yes, I'm Chrissy, Christian Keller on all the spaces in the internet, including the ones I'm not supposed to be able to talk about on Twitter right now.
So fucking stupid.
He was like, none of these people like me. I'm going to keep melting down about it. But for as long as Twitter exists, you can still find me on Twitter. That's the easiest place to figure out what I'm doing when, because I have a lot of games that I'm recording next month that I have no idea when they're coming out. And yeah, I've got things going on, and I occasionally stream on my own Twitch channel. I usually will play Dead by Daylight or Phasmophobia, but I've been playing the Baldur's Gate 3 patch. So, just whatever I'm in the mood for. And yeah, so just give me a follow on the spaces. I'm going to try to be more informative about where I am on other spaces besides Twitter. There is a card in my bio. You can go to my Discord and get to know me and my friends there. There's a lot of places you can talk to me. That's just Twitter's the one I use most. Unfortunately. I don't know why.
That's funny. Janine.
Hello, I'm Janine, also known as Blips and Chits on the internet, Twitter and Twitch, and I should probably make more platforms for my streaming information. What I have coming up is not a ton. I think I'm taking a break for most of my programming. However, tomorrow on Total Party Chill, I will be playing Tiki Paradise. We are playing a...
Nice,
hold on.
I like that.
Let me pull up the information on what we're doing. Anyway, it's going to be Call of Cthulhu as well. There's going to be some Eldritch Horrors and an element of Tiki, and I will be playing a alienist.
Nice.
That I am actually excited about, despite the fact that I can remember nothing about anything ever. So... catch me on TPC tomorrow evening.
Awesome. Candace.
Hi. I have been Candace, losing my mind a little bit in this game. It's really fun. You can find me at that Candace girl on Twitter, at Magnificent1, ONE1 on Hive, which I need to remember to use. And you can find me at Candace the Magnificent, all one word, on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I will be over at Girls Run These Worlds this Friday doing a holiday themed version of Bluebeard's Bride. You can find me next Friday.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really excited.
It's Christmas.
Yes.
It's Christmas. It's time to be a bride.
You can find me the following Friday, I believe, over at Crossroads Games, Carrie Smith's channel, for some Kids on Bikes holiday special. You can also, I'm on some stuff in 2023 that I probably can't talk about yet. So instead, I'm going to refer you back to our earlier conversation. I am at Candace the Magnificent on Twitch, and this Thursday I'll be doing a Hanukkah set, ukulele and kazoo and me singing. On Friday I'm probably going to do a Christmas set, some holiday songs, and then sometime next week I will announce when I'm doing my winter my general winter songs. Please definitely think about coming out. And I think during this holiday season, I'll probably be streaming during the day a little bit more as well, because I need to play Jedi Fallen Order before the new one comes out. So if you want to watch me play Jedi Fallen Order, come on by. Me and Cal Kestis are going to get along.
My name is Wes Otis. I am, here. Always here, even when the computers go off. I'm in this little fucking box, which is horrifying with it itself. We have a lot going on. 2023 is shaping up to be pretty big for 12-sided stories. We will be having, once we finish Operation Ice Pick, which probably will be relatively within the next couple of episodes, especially with the trajectory that these all are on, with these people are all on, we're going to be doing, we've talked about doing Cyberpunk Red. We've talked about doing some kind of fantasy thing that's not the big 5e, because I just can't do it. But something fantasy related. We've talked about doing a lot of different things. And so we have, we'll be on Tuesday nights starting on January 3rd. So if you want to see what happens with this group, make sure you come back for that after your holidays. And I hope you're having great holidays. I know it's very stressful. If you need to chill out, we have tons of back catalog podcast. And there's one in particular, if you need a laugh, and it's called Frangipan PI. And it is our Discworld game. Basically, it's about 4 women who their parents want them to take over the bakery, but they want to start a PI service. Literally, that's what it's about. It's a lot of fun, so if you need to relax and not stress out about the undead, it's a good thing to check out. We are on all the platforms now. I have spread out throughout the galaxy. We are on we have a Facebook group. We have a Post News. I'm on post.news now. The only one I'm not on is Mastodon, and I'm sure that's probably going to happen. Because who knows, Twitter might explode, and plus fuck Twitter at this point. Let's face it, it's a garbage fire.
Watching it go down is the most entertaining thing, even if I'm sitting here mildly panicking, because it's such a huge part of my livelihood at this. Yeah. It's where I advertise all my shit.
Yeah, well, and what it's taught me is we need to advertise more places, basically, and just go out and do stuff. So if you're on any of the other platforms, even Hive, which I have to remind myself to post on, Instagram, all the whole thing, check us out. And I want to thank Kiwi again. They always do such an awesome job being our moderator and doing great things for us. We really appreciate their time and effort in the chat. And we appreciate all of you for hanging out and listening. Again, have a good holiday, and we hope to see you back in a couple of weeks. Bye, everybody.